Oh, shit. Thanks for the 150 biddies, homie. I appreciate the friend coin. Love how you pwned that ghoul, Dylan Burns, on Twitter. Absolutely lovely. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just trying to make sure the community's safe and not infiltrated by people who whitewash Nazis. Unfortunately, the Twitch politics community is rife with these people. Dylan Burns being among one of the worst. If you didn't see my takedown of Dylan Burns, you could catch it on my YouTube channel. Let's check out my YouTube channel. Let's check it out today. Here we go. I hope you're doing good, chat. I've been feeling better recently because I'm on drugs. Prescription drugs. And also recreational. So here's the deal. On my YouTube page, we got the new video. Okay? Rest in peace, Dylan Burns died, asterisk, in Ukraine, April 14th, 2023. Died. His credibility died. Who's Dylan Burns? He's a streamer on the site, you know, he's just got a community. And he's also a fascist war tourist who's manufacturing consent to send more Ukrainians into the meat grinder. He's one of the sickos. You know what I mean? They live. Let's see the emotes, kids. They live, you guys. This is just how they are. He's an entirely broken person. He's manufacturing consent for U.S. and NATO's proxy war in Ukraine. And he won't admit that that's even the case. He whitewashes Banderites who are, fans of a Nazi collaborationist, Stepan Bandera. Dylan Burns just interviewed a guy spent a few days, I think, filming and interviewing a Banderite guy in Ukraine who posts favorably about Stepan Bandera. And I think he has a son that's got a red and black Banderite patch. He posts pictures of the Azov battalion. He gives material aid to the Azov battalion. He also indoctrinates children into the fascist right-wing ideology in Ukraine. Dylan Burns whitewashes Nazis. He also advocates for arming Nazis. He also defended the Dalai Lama's child abuse. That was just right in front of our eyes. He defended it. What else did he do? Yeah. Oh, he just interviewed two more guys since my last stream. He interviewed two more guys that plant mines. He interviewed people who are planting mines, you guys. Sometimes I can't believe this guy. I'm like my jaw hits the floor. He did a puff piece on an Azov battalion child recruiter saying congratulations to Stepan Bandera. Oh, by the way, Sansol is getting up into my shit too. Even though I blocked them here and I also blocked them on Twitter. They made another account, I guess. And then they're getting in my shit over there. Lulato, welcome in. Let me show you this thread. Let me show you this this thing that I pulled up. Loner Box is getting mixed up in this shit too. Internet debate culture is so toxic. The people who spend the most time bitching about internet debate culture. How am I toxic, homie? Explain how I'm toxic. Use your words, child. These little babies. They're like children, and then Lance is going, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, Lance. I want to show you this, God damn it. It was like 2 days ago, maybe. Here. I simply cannot believe this guy sometimes. He's going, I interviewed 2 Ukrainian military sappers who helped lay mines that stopped the Russian army. Yeah, apparently they're not war crimes when Russia uses, when Ukraine uses them. Welcome in, new chatter. I'm Dan. You won some. You're just the winner. It's just like, you're the winner. Yeah, you win. You don't win anything. You're just the winner. So, congratulations. It's just a bit that I have on my stream. Oh shit, you're not the winner anymore. It's my bot. It's my bot. So here's a thread that I put up. Ukraine, 1 in 8 landmine casualties is a child. And this is the people that Dylan's interviewing. He's whitewashing what they do in Ukraine. Ukraine banned landmines harm civilians. Yeah, and Dylan's interviewing the guys that are putting the landmines in the ground. Human Rights Watch urges investigation of alleged use of landmines in Ukraine. 3 children killed, 1 wounded in mine explosion near front line. The guy's just a real sicko. You guys, sometimes I don't know what to say. You know? It's just real sicko shit. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, they celebrate Easter by creating eggs with Nazi symbols on them. I think this is in a store. This is in a store. You can see the price. Check that out. A butt. All of them are just ignoring the content of my video that Burns is doing propaganda for fascists and making this about civility. They use civility as a cudgel. They use civility as a cudgel. Leftists, progressives, we sort of get when right-wingers do this, but we don't get when compatible leftists do it. Isn't that wild? You guys, Dylan Burns is absolutely not a leftist. I think he's really, like, libertarian brain. He spoke at the, like, libertarian conference less than a year ago. Yeah, here you got a Totenkopf, you have the Iron Cross, and the, oh, I just forgot it. Wolfsangel. These are explicitly Nazi iconography, symbols, you know? Yeah, and then, like I mentioned, Dylan Burns is tweeting, "I don't think he likes me." Again, just ignoring the content of my video, bringing attention to my content, bringing hate to me, and then my community sees this and they want to defend, you know, me and like my content. That makes my community tighter, and it's growing too. We see new chatters in here as well. A Samantha Power type, liberal interventionists. You guys simply do not.
No, don't trust the liberals. They will betray you.
Don't trust them. Do not trust the liberals. They will betray you. They'll platform Nazis. They'll help raise money for Nazis. Who would like, Dylan, who would like anyone that wants to arm and train Nazis? Dylan, who would like anyone who defends child abusers? Dylan, let me know. Who would like anyone that whitewashes Nazi collaborationists and their biggest fans? And Dylan, who would like anyone that's a bitch? And in the comments, they literally think I think he's dead. It's hilarious. They're some of the dumbest people on the planet. Hassan meeting Olayemi from the Leftist Mafia. And then Matt Binder goes, "Hey, tell him to come on Leftist Mafia." Yeah, Hassan, you should definitely go on the show with the guy who helped raise money for Azov Nazis. What could go wrong? So here's Lonerbox again. Internet debate is so culture. It's so toxic. It's so toxic. And then the Serfs goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Again, they're not looking at my content. They're not responding to my content. They're picking one little thing, and they're just nitpicking the shit out of it, right? Dylan Burns is dead. By the way, when I type Dylan Burns is dead, who's harmed by that? Literally nobody. There's no harm done here. They're just mad at me that I'm getting better at content. And I'm dragging them in the process. That's what they're mad about. Hey, Lance, didn't you help raise money for the Nazi kids camp? Maybe sit this one out, compatible leftist. Oops, you did. It's typical for the Ukrainian far right. They start him as kids, fully indoctrinated in fascist ideology. He's not the only one doing this. And this reminds me, and I'll always bring this up, that also the Serfs help raise money for the Azov kids summer camp. Lance from the Serfs retweeted someone who posted a fundraiser to the United Help UA, who helped to raise funds for the Azov kids camp. Jesus Christ, is Paul watching my stream right now? I think Paul is literally watching my stream right now. The fucking sicko. He goes, "Ukrainians make some cool eggs." Paul, are you watching, homie? Are you watching? This guy's like one of the biggest sickos on the planet. Stalin had an answer to the Paul Massaro question. Let's put it like that. Wow, dude. I'm sort of amazed. I actually think he's watching right now. That is super wild. Where's that thing I was just pulling up? I need to screen cap this. Holy shit, dude. What a weirdo, dude. Hey, Twin Bed, how you doing, bro? Welcome in. Yeah. What's up, Twin Bed? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're having a terrible fucking day, you Nazi apologist whitewashing bitch. I hope you step on a land... I can't finish that sentence. I can't finish that sentence. Where's my Paul Massaro folder? Here it is. The dumbest man I've ever talked to. Also, his mom writes Senator Massaro on his napkins, and he sleeps in a twin bed as a 30-plus-year-old man. Trying to get laid, bringing ladies over to his house, sleeping on a twin bed. He whitewashes Nazi iconography and symbols. He is wearing a patch of a Nazi collaborationist whose troops killed 100,000 Poles and 50,000 Jews. They helped the Nazis commit the Holocaust in Ukraine. Where was the picture taken? I can't tell you specifically. It looks like it's in some sort of State Department building, though. Yeah, it looks pretty... It looks like someone should look into this. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, I need that tweet again. I need that tweet with the eggs. Where was the tweet with the eggs? Someone hit me. I can't believe this guy's such a sicko. Someone should yeet this motherfucker into the sun in their favorite video game. Yo, that is super weird. What a weirdo. Where is it? Alright, fuck. Let me figure this out. Give me 2 minutes here. What a weirdo, dude. These people are just sick. They're like sick in the head. I don't know what to say. Like, what do you do with a Nazi other than make him face the wall, right? I simply don't know. I gotta find this. Oh, I got another thread that I want to talk about the, how there's like Nazi symbols that people use in their profile names on Twitter. I want to talk about that. Here. Yeah, how about Mark Hamill? This guy's a literal sicko. Thank you, Love Justified. I just found it. And how about Lance? Lance defending Bo from the Fifth Column. When it came out, he trafficked over 100 women from Eastern Europe for the resort industry. Yeah, not with their consent, you know? They were paid sub-minimum wage, forced to live in cramped apartments, and overworked as room cleaners. Lance. Lance did that. He defended that guy. Yo, there's something just truly sick. These people are sick. I don't know what to say. They're fucking sick. And if you, like, call them out, if you call them out, then people like Lance will go, nothing more left than doing a show. And I go, hey, Lance, didn't you help raise money for the Nazi kids camp? Sit this one out. He doesn't reply to that, does he? He just makes it about something else. He can't admit that he helped raise money for the Nazi kids camp. It would really harm his leftish, compatible leftist bullshit. You know, it would not look good. However, he's already platformed a Nazi. He platformed Lauren Southern on his show. He goes, nothing more left than doing a show where you celebrate the fantasy that a fellow content creator I never celebrated the fantasy that a fellow content creator is murdered. What is this fucking straw man? Hey, Lucien, welcome in. Keep up the good work. Just a couple specials away from unlocking communism. Yeah, this really sounds like someone that wants to unlock communism. Isn't this weird? Hey, JNKD, gifted one to Sushi Mom. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Now you get the emotes and everything. You don't have to watch 30 seconds of ads every hour. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, JNKD. Nothing more left than doing a fellow content creator. We're just going to go ahead and reduce this down to him just being a fellow content creator and not someone that whitewashes Nazis. Why is Lance so pathetic? This is not leftist infighting. I need you to understand this. This is not anti-left action. These people are firmly to my right. What is that, Ross? You're going to check yourself into the cruel scumbag rehab? Welcome in, homie. How you doing? Fellow content creators. The guy is a war tourist who's manufacturing consent for sending Ukrainians into the meat grinder. Like, you're just going to reduce it down to this, Lance? Like, what is this? What the hell, right? Fellow content creator. What does that even mean? You know, it means nothing. This means nothing. But you're trying to make it seem like I should have solidarity with him? Lance, get a life, ding dong. Get help. Jesus Christ. And of course, and again, they're never responding to the content. They're not responding to the important stuff. Which is that Dylan whitewashes Nazis. Who does that? Nazis do that. He's doing Nazi apologia. Where was Lance's content creator solidarity with the Young Turks? Oh, Lance. Yo, I just don't play their whole civility bullshit game. And that's why they don't like me. Also because they consider themselves leftists, but they're actually right-wingers. They're just leftish right-wingers, you guys. A lot of these people have no fucking idea what the base of social relations are, so everything becomes a culture war. Fuck respectability politics. Respectability politics can suck my dick and big fat balls. So, Dylan, you did a puff piece on an Azov battalion child recruiter. And I can't see Dylan's tweets because Dylan blocked me. To be fair, I did block him in return because, you know, no one should be, I'm not going to give him a freebie, you know. So he goes, Azov, a battalion child recruiter. Dog, it's a picture of them holding a poster. Look at that. He's just shameless. There's kids holding an Azov battalion flag right there. Children. And then a picture of a kid in front of the red and black blood and soil Banderite flag. Just a poster. Just a black sun, dude. He won't respond because you're cruel and a scumbag to others. You guys, these are real pieces of shit. These people are the worst. They're just the worst. So all he's doing is just literal whitewashing of Nazis, you guys. Lance will straight up lie about your community, too. I'd reached out to Lance and his mods during the bow and told him stuff that if any of Mike from PA's chatters, and you were modding for him at the time, were toxic, let me know. Lance then claimed the next day that Mike's community brigaded him, straight up lying. Oh my god. What the heck? What is wrong with these people? It's a game to them. Don't you see it's a spectacle? It's not about being right. It's a spectacle. That boggles my mind. He lectures Lula on a truth about the Ukrainian conflict. I'm not picking that up. You should be cruel to Nazi sympathizers. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sorry, you know? If anyone defends Bo after Bad Empanada's deep dive, they're a scumbag. They're a scumbag. He's got the receipts. Exactly. Exactly. And if you haven't seen it, I guess go watch it, you know? I'm a little low energy today because I got really fucking drunk last night. But I sort of like this chill energy. I know not everyone likes it when I'm... Like Lula? Brazil Lula? He was lecturing Brazil Lula about the truth about the Ukrainian conflict. In his tweets, Burns posted a video of Lula and chastises him for not knowing better. Oh, yeah. What a loser. These people are not leftists. Oh, Dan, aren't you doing gatekeeping? Yeah, I guess. Whatever. I don't care. I'll fucking do it again. Lula's is pro ending the war. Yep, and they're mad that he doesn't unconditionally support Ukraine. Yeah. A lot of them were saying N-words and Discords 2 years ago. Who? Like who? You're out of the loop on most of this, so I'm still learning. That's fine, and you'll hear me talk about the same things on my stream over and over and over again, because I know that people come in and they come out and people miss stuff, and also people learn through repetition, as do I, so you'll hear me talk about the same stuff, and let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, Vaush orbiters. You guys, if you want to have some brainworms, go into the Vaush subreddit and start an argument with somebody. See how they talk. These people are just broken human beings. They're just broken. They need better heroes. But they're all liberals. They're all liberals that that sort of get that the world's fucked up. They don't understand power though, because they keep voting for Democrats. And they think it's gonna help. They're like, all we gotta do is vote harder. You guys, and then they go, anyone to the left of them is a tanky, and I hate them, you know what I mean? And they hate them, or rather, you know? Anyone to the left of them is a tanky, but they don't have the solutions to the problems that face the most oppressed of us. They don't have any of the solutions. They have liberal solutions. They're liberals, and they want to look down on you. I'm at this point where I just simply... I can't. I just won't let them look down on me. They can't anymore. They have no power over me. In that sense.
Audio functionality test.
Mayhem Hippie, what's up, homie? Hey, yo. I can't tell what's left or right anymore. There's so much going on, it's starting to look the same to you. Alright, there are people who support arming Nazis in Ukraine. That's right, wing. And then there are people who don't want to do that. And those people are more left-wing. Can we agree on that? Let me know if you have a specific question, if I can help answer. And we're all trying to just raise our material analysis over here. I support punching all Nazis in the face. Does that count? I mean, it's nice. Why don't you go punch someone? Go ahead and punch one. They're all over the place. You think he's going to end up with a NatSec job? I don't know. Maybe. That may be what he's trying to do right now, yeah. I could see that. He's like... You know, he's willing to post sicko shit. You know what I mean? And the State Department, security people are looking at him going, okay, he's willing to do he's willing to get his hands dirty, you know? That's what he's doing. He's getting his hands very dirty right now. I'm calling him out for it, and him and his community are very mad at me for doing so. A lot of the stuff those people come out with is very similar to neocons. Oh yeah, it's just neoconservatism. It's interventionism. They're happy to allow the United States to fight proxy wars against Russia to the last Ukrainian. Dylan Burns is more than happy to lie to manufacture consent to send more Ukrainians into the meat grinder. Yeah, they would have been calling people. They would have been calling people Saddam Hussein apologists for opposing the Iraq War. Exactly. Oh, are you paid by Saddam Hussein? No. No. It's just that the United States is not good. We are the United States, the owning and the ruling classes of this country, is the biggest human rights abusing regime in the history of the world, and they'll be worse tomorrow than they were today. Additionally, we are the most propagandized people in the history of the world, and will be more propagandized tomorrow than we were today. That's why it's so important that we keep pushing back against this stuff. Yeah, why didn't he go to Yemen? Curious he doesn't go to Yemen. Hey. least these people show their ass so easily. It's never been so easy to figure out who doesn't get it. Yeah, welcome in Punk Function. How you doing? The guy's just whitewashing. This is literally what he's doing. He's whitewashing this Banderite guy. He's whitewashing a Nazi, you guys. He's helped evacuate thousands of civilians. Okay, he also is a fucking Banderite. Can you engage with that idea, Dylan, or no? You're just going to go ahead and whitewash him? Okay, got it. Also, if I'm being for real, he's probably more sympathetic to Russian soldiers and Russians than 90% of the Ukrainian military. What? It's really hard for me to take criticism from anyone seriously while they're so openly cruel and act like a scumbag towards me and others. Fuck you, Dylan. Oh my god, dude. What a loser. He's got the biggest loser energy in the world. Remember, he's defending a guy that's indoctrinating children, okay? This guy goes, nice trolling. Because I responded with a picture of the eggs. Serious picture, though. Picture with skull. I don't know what it is, but I don't recall any negative stuff with it. It's a Totenkopf, homie. Number 2, Bundeswehrkreuz. Germany's currently using it. Yeah, but when you compare, when you combine it with the Totenkopf, it's clearly Nazi shit. You can't gaslight me. I'm not stupid. I'm simply not dumb. Number 3, Azov national idea. No, it was used on the SS Panzer Division. Nazis used this symbol, and then they took it. Oh my god, homie. What embarrassment. These people are embarrassing. It's gaslighting, you guys. This is what it's like in wartime. If you've never, like... I've never been so engaged in, like, these kinds of ideas while a war is, like, going on. You know what I mean? And it's sort of blown my mind. The scale of the gaslighting. Homie, thanks for the 100 friend coin. Dylan said Lula should know better than to suggest there should be peace talks. Absolutely pathetic. I'm sorry my TTS isn't working. I can't get it to work. I simply don't understand why it doesn't work. It's broken or something. I gotta figure this shit out. Let me try logging out of Twitch and logging back in. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working. I can't figure this out now. Let's remember the perverse incentive that comes with the profit motive. Yes, with the White Forest designs. The perverse incentive that comes with the profit motive. Second and third divisions, Azov was seconded. Totenkopf was third. I think I'm following what you're saying there. What? They literally want this war to turn into another Afghanistan. It's already been going on for 8 years. And now it's gone on for now 9 years. Right? Afghanistan was 20, so there's maybe 11 left. We know that we have reason to believe that there's not going to be peace this year. The West doesn't want to negotiate for peace until 2024. That's what the leaked docs are telling us. What do we call this gang on screen? They're called the White Forest. White Forest. It's like a co-op or something. Some sort of fascist-adjacent co-op. Weird. You're talking about the logos. 3rd Panzer Division used the Totenkopf. Oh, thank you. 2nd Panzer Division used the same one Azov guys use. Thank you. I get it. And Chad, if I ever miss an important comment, you can feel free to copy it and paste it back in there. Make sure you type Dan. It'll highlight on my end, and I'll be able to catch it a little bit better. It's not intentional if I miss your comment. There's just a lot of comments sometimes. I'm trying to keep the conversation going. Yeah. I mean, we don't talk enough about how Twitter allows Nazi symbols in people's profile names, including the Balkenkreuz cross used by the Luftwaffe until 1945. This one's slightly different, however, I'm simply not stupid, okay? The Balkenkreuz, first introduced in the Wehrmacht, 1916, 1918, and then its branches from 35 till the end of World War II. Literal Nazis. For instance, this guy, NAFO in your walls, uses a NAFO PFP. NAFO means North Atlantic Fellas Organization. They're doing a bit where they're They're riffing on NATO, right? NATO, which is the offensive military organization that's currently dragging Ukrainians into war with Ukraine. It's a proxy war. All right, so we have this cross, which is slightly different, but there's the I forgot again, the Wolfsangel. There's the Wolfsangel. When you put them together, that's absolutely a Nazi. Okay, that is absolutely a Nazi. The Wolfsangel. Nazis seem to use slightly different versions of the Balkenkreuz, but I'm simply not stupid. This person says, if Russia hasn't turned you into a Russophobe yet, there's probably something wrong with you. Who argues for Russophobia? Incredible. Dylan saw Mike was in voice chat and jumped in. Changed his username then. When I called him out, tried to say he wasn't Dylan before giving up and debate broing in VC. These people are sickos. They're sickos. Yeah, why is it a text symbol? Why is this able to be used on Twitter? That boggles my mind. And you're saying you tried to spy on Mike at one point. I missed that, Sushi Mom. Thank you, homie. Oh, yeah. Good shit here. Good shit here. Look at this. There's the SS Galician. These are all Nazi symbols. There it is. The 2nd Panzer Division. Totenkopf is 3rd. It's a pretty decent image here. Thank you. Stolen. Got it. That's for me. Good shit. All right. And take care, Mayhem Hippie. Hope to see you soon. Peace. Yeah, there's something in the water in Lithuania too. Yeah, they're all rabidly anti-communist. And we know where those sympathies end up. There's been a 70, 80-year-long psyop to get compatible leftists like Lance to sheepdog people away from the left and towards the center, the right. You get that, right? This is all very intentional. From what I've been told, the U.S. doesn't want Russia to gain control of the Black Sea because if they do, nothing will stop them from invading other countries. There's no reason to think that Russia is going to be invading other countries unless NATO keeps escalating. You know, would the United States allow would the United States allow Mexico to put nukes on the border of Texas? You know, for fuck's sake, that we would be invading and trying to stop that. That's just what countries do. If Russia were arming far right, actually that doesn't. If Russia were arming far left, far left people on United States border, you know that the United States would be hitting back. You know, not to say United States is good or anything, but you get the idea. You have to understand that like these countries are being pummeled by the West. And the United States and the West provoked Russia for 8 straight years. They were literally shelling civilians indiscriminately in the Donbass. The people in the Donbass were begging Russia to intervene. You can imagine 14,000 dying around you in 8 years. And then, of course, leading right up to the special military operation or the invasion, the shelling was actually increasing exponentially in the weeks leading up to it. If we understand history and we look at how war has gone during our lifetimes, we see how the United States does war and we see how the Russia has been, and they've been restrained with the use of military force. Now, I'm not defending war crimes on either side, okay? I'm simply not a sicko like Dylan Burns. Dan, you know me, I'm in that weird floaty place of socialism, but I'm always trying to learn more shit. So when I don't know something, I look it up. Good. Exactly. What are the Panzer Division logos? Yes. Stay curious, homie. That's how you're going to get through this. That's how I'm going to fucking radicalize you. I'm going to turn you into a straight-up commie. I'm literally a communist.
Because I'm literally a communist.
I wanted to get to something else. He goes, nothing more left than doing a show where you celebrate the fantasy that a fellow content creator is murdered. No, I didn't. And if he was killed, it's not murder, because it's justified. Keep up the good work, he says. My dude, he's a war tourist, not a... a fucking content creator. No one told him to go to Ukraine and LARP as some sort of fucking war journalist. He calls himself a journalist and interviewed a guy that he had no idea about. Or he's feigning ignorance. I learned many things about this guy in less than an hour of researching the Gennady Monknenko guy that he did not know. He admitted he didn't know whether or not Gennady Monknenko worked with Nazis, with the Azov Nazis. He absolutely did. He gave them material aid. He did not know whether or not the guy was indoctrinating children into a far-right fascist ideology because he didn't look. I did. If he's a journalist, then I'm a better journalist. He's as much a journalist as Oz Katerji. He also blocked me on Twitter. Yep, he's your UK version. I'm also blocked by him. Yeah, I think that's actually the best comparison. I think that's the best comparison. Yeah. After 2014, when the coup happened, they won't admit that there was a coup. Because if they admit that there was a coup, then they have to admit that Ukraine's not a sovereign country. It's a puppet state of the West. It truly is. However, after 2014, when the coup happened, they took measures against minority rights in Ukraine to instigate tensions in the eastern part of the country. Ghouls like Dylan can't even accept that NATO and the U.S. shares a huge... Their whole narrative relies on blaming everything on Putin. You have to understand this. If any part of that narrative is upended, then it's revealed that the West was provoking this entire time, and they were. However, you will hear these sickos prostrate themselves for empire, spread their butt cheeks and lube them up for empire, to help them, you know, push the NATO narrative that it's all Putin, who's a crazy guy, and he's got nukes, so we should invade Russia. What? How does that make any sense? They banned the teaching of minority languages. In Xinjiang, it's alleged that China, the CCP, the evil CCP, it's alleged that China is not letting the Xinjiang Uyghurs speak their own language, and they call that evidence of what? Genocide. Cultural genocide, right? Well, that's actually happening in Ukraine to Russian people. So, why does that not apply? Why is it when, I don't know, if some sicko Zionist says Palestine should be wiped off the face of the earth, we all can recognize that as apartheid, as genocide. But when Dylan Burns literally says the LPR and DPR should be wiped off the face of the earth, it's not. Why is that? Why do they have these double standards? People are real sick. I think they're like, they need help. But my thing is, they're never going to. They're never going to change. These people have liberalism so much that it's like a brain disease. I was checking this out earlier, too. German military aircraft, Roundel insignia. So, this is what it looked like. They started doing this Iron Cross guy. This is pre-Nazi Germany, so like World War I stuff. Then they introduced this in 1918. This is where you get the Eisernes Kreuz, or the Iron Cross, replaced by the Balkenkreuz or Beam Cross. Yep. So the Iron Cross, replaced by Balkenkreuz, straight cross. Most field units simply painted straight lines connecting the ends of the earlier cross. That's funny. And then this one was introduced 1918, another straight beam cross, Balkenkreuz. Little thinner one. You can see how it evolves here. Oh, shit! Oh, man, I know that one. Oh, Jesus. Nazi! You guys, when you see these symbols, you should think Nazi, okay? Especially when they're combined with other Nazi iconography, right? This one introduced in 43. You can see it's just evolving a little bit. I hate this signal, this one, because it's literally the minimize. If your video is on full screen, that's literally what it looks like down there on your screen, doesn't it? Isn't that fucked up? I don't like that. It does make me uncomfortable. I don't think they're Nazis for putting it there, but it does. I wish they had something else. I just really do. I really wish they used something else. Again, I'm not stupid. I don't think YouTube, you know, it's just like everyone who has, you know, a video application or whatever, That's what it looks like. I really wish they had something else. Yours is inverted. Are you already full screen? If you're not full screen, it looks like a square, right? And if you are full screen, to minimize it from full screen, it looks like that, right? Hit F. Hit F on your screen. It turns into full screen if you're on your PC. You guys, what kind of leftist platforms Nazis, Lauren Southern, and unapologetically helps raise money for them? Hint, they're a compatible leftist. They're a leftish right-winger, and they're not a comrade. Again, if you missed my takedown, if you missed my takedown of Dylan, check it out on YouTube. Give it a like. Subscribe to my YouTube page. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. A douchebag, fascist, war tourist, and Nazi apologist. That's who Dylan Burns is. And he murdered his own credibility. Ukraine is a neoconservative project. It's absolutely clear that it's a neoconservative project.
And, you know, fuck the EU.
That's a literal hacked voice recording of the third person in line at the State Department, Victoria Nuland, Vicky Nuland, handing out cookies in the Maidan with Chris Murphy, with what's the guy's name? John McCain. They say the ghost of Kiev is actually John McCain's ghost. That's why it keeps crashing. You made a joke the other day. Inside two wolves, anarchist, James from the internet, and commie Ida Simpson. That's pretty good. That's a good energy right there. I think that's a good combo. And then some people go, nah, I'm not a tanky. They're libs. Yo, if you're talking shit about tankies, you've already lost. How about how Ukrainians, including Zelensky and his war criminals, they've skimmed 400 million at least off the top of U.S. aid. We're hearing lots of stories of of Ukrainian generals sending the Ukrainian soldiers into the meat grinder with very little training, and then taking the payments that the families were supposed to take if they die. How about that? You guys, this war is truly fucked up. We don't even know the scale of it. So that's why it's a terrible idea to support this war. You know what I mean? It's a terrible idea to support sending arms to Nazis. Literal Nazis, you guys. What's going to happen with all these guns? We've heard they're ending up in Africa already. Destabilizing Africa. Killing people in Africa. It's going to be all over, you guys. This is the start of it. This is just the beginning of it. This is just the beginning. These people are sick. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. They make me want to puke on their face. Trying to find the video. And we started too hot. Are we going to have a fun day? Maybe. We did start a little hot. It's okay. Oh, little DD. I miss you, DD. Here.
They are exposed.
It's communism and economic system or government system. Oh, we gotta start. We gotta start at the top, huh? Welcome in, Logwire. If in doubt, there's always one war worth supporting. Alright, so, Lucen. Let me try to do this for you really quickly, okay? I would like to impart upon all of my viewers, including you, everybody, a love of dialectical and historical materialism, okay? One thing that I think really help is if I can quickly talk about the base and the superstructure of societal relations, okay? The base and the super... Oh, God, I hate when they do this. Come on. Are you... it's... Ah! Open image in new tab. There. All right, that'll work. All right. I should have copy paste, yeah. Here we go. The base and superstructure of social relations. The base shapes and maintains the superstructure, and the superstructure maintains and shapes the base. Now, the base of societal relations is the means of production. In a capitalist society, who owns the means of production? Go, chat. In a capitalist society, who owns the means of production? You could say the 1%. Got different names. What else? What are the names? Tanky is an anti-communist pejorative used by liberals who don't know historical or dialectical materialism. Absolutely. When they call you a tanky, you know they're a liberal. You have to understand that, you guys. Liberals believe in a bourgeois-style democracy whereby the people who own the means of production also tell the state what to do. So they control the state, they control the government, they control the police. You get that, right? Now, who in a capitalist society, chat, does not have the means of production? Welcome in, Nikita. People who start a business. It's not necessarily true.
Rent, it's too damn high.
Thanks. Subscribe, otherwise you have to watch the ads. I'm sorry. Again, in a capitalist society, who does not own the means of production? That's right, the working class, the proletariat. Civilians. Civilians implies non-military people, right? So technically the bourgeoisie, the owning class, as we call them, the 1%, the Jeff Bezoses, the job creators, I will kill you. Where was I getting at? Those are technically civilians too, unless they're fighting in a war, right? So I think that's how we understand the word civilians. So the people who do not own the means of production are the people who have to sell their time and their labor in order to survive in a capitalist system whereby the very slim, very slim minority of people have most of the wealth, and the vast majority of the people have very little. Or not, vast majority have none. We got some money, but that's not wealth. The U.S. dollar currency is an open-air prison. Yeah. Okay. So it really helps us to understand as leftists. If you want to call yourself a leftist, you need to understand this, okay? Otherwise, you're really going to fall for it. I'm sorry, like, if you don't understand the base and superstructure, all you're going to do is talk about the superstructure. All you're going to do is talk about the top. All you're going to do is talk about you're going to miss the trees for the forest, you know what I mean? Miss the forest for the trees? Whatever. So this top part is maybe what you could call culture war, okay? So we have the culture war, and we have the culture warriors that all focus on the stuff at the top. They get mad about conservatives, the people who are like obsessed with talking shit about how conservatives are, mad about the beer. You know what I mean? We talk about that here too, but we also talk about the base of this, the base of societal relations, the means of production. We're talking the tools, the machines, factories, the land and raw materials, the rubber, the tin, the bauxite. I love bauxite.
Chile is rich.
The base of societal relations also describes the relations of production. The lumpen proletariat, labor aristocracy, petty bourgeoisie, and bourgeoisie. Most people in a capitalist society are, generally speaking, working class or proletariats, or they're the capitalist class or the owning class, the bourgeoisie. And then superstructure is everything not directly to do with production. We're talking art, family, culture, religion, philosophy, ideology, law, media, politics, science, and education. Okay? The base of societal relations really explains the economy. It's the economy, stupid. That's why it's truly important. That's why they say it. It's like really important to understand the economy and how it works. The base of social relations, the means of production, the relations of production, the productive forces. This moves in a spiral pattern, and the base is generally dominant. That's why you'll see people, fascists like Matt Walsh, focus entirely on culture war shit. It gets leftists to ignore the base of social relations. Not that we should ignore him 100%, you know. But don't not ignore Matt and then sacrifice. Don't not ignore Matt and then have to ignore the base of social relations because of that. Don't do that, you know? You can not ignore Matt and not ignore the base of social relations. You get that? It's about the money, Lebowski. We don't need to defend or debate trans rights in here because it's assumed. Yeah, trans rights are human rights. We don't have to do that. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. The other Jeff Lebowski. Most Americans have negative wealth. Yeah, Ross. Good morning, Iskuhai. Welcome in, homie. All right. How are we doing? I want to say that, Lucien, I'm hoping I'm helping. However, there's a lot going on here. I understand that. There's a lot that I've come to understand in the last 2+ years of streaming and focusing entirely on politics and news. Almost entirely. Yeah, it's hard to read the paragraphs. Nice to see the results of what I've been teaching the kids. Amazing. Good stuff, homie. So mostly we're focused on the superstructure and end up ignoring the base, which is where we really need to focus. Arguably, we need to do both, but we definitely need to focus on the base. And liberals simply don't understand the base of social relations. So, just like I say Vaush does this thing, Voosh, and the Vooshoids, they do this thing where they miss the tree for the leaves. You know what I mean? They're looking at the leaves and they don't see the tree. They don't see the trunk. But that's how the leaves, that's why we have leaves. We wouldn't. Anyways, so they're just not understanders of the base of social relations. So everything becomes a culture war to them. Liberals enjoy their rank amongst the right wing, but they consider themselves leftists. It boggles my mind. They consider themselves leftists, but they don't support anything that changes the socio-economic circumstances of the working class. They don't support anything that actually does anything about the base of social relations and changes it from the favor of the capitalist into the favor of the working class. They simply don't support it, especially when it's being done in another country. A lot of these people call themselves socialists, but their socialism ends at the border. And that's pretty much lib shit. Liberals still think it's enough to point out conservative hypocrisy as if that does anything. It's not 2008 anymore. Yeah, like what are they doing? All right, I've been helpful. I'm really glad to hear that. You guys have been helpful. Let's go. Give me subs. We're doing a good job here. I'm trying to take a more relaxed tone today. Hey, 69 viewers. Nice. Nice. Calm like a tam. I beat the bot. I'm amazing. Everyone loves me. I beat the bot. You know, I feel like there's a historical term for socialists who are also nationalists. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Too old, welcome in, homie. Liberals cannot address the issues of base. Liberals are not based. Let's put it that way. Their socio-economic power comes from this inequity. All right, how we doing? This is another way of looking at it. It's a concept, and there's no perfect way to describe it, just to be clear. Superstructure being government, family, religion, education, culture, base, the economy. It's the economy, stupid. Get the idea? I need the Only Dance community to be understanders of the base and superstructure of social relations. I need you guys to understand this. If you don't understand this, you're going to step in lib shit all the time, right? We see how this works. We see the libs fall in these little superstructure traps. They become superstructuralists. I'm a basist. I slap it up, yes. You're tracking. I love it. Liana, let's go. All right. To be fair, isn't like every country nationalist? They got their own currencies and everything. I think we're thinking of a specific form of nationalism. Right? But of course, internationalism is what is the goal. We need the entire world to work together. Instead, the owning and ruling classes, the world order or whatever, their method of maintaining their power is by creating division all around the world. These people profit off of chaos and pain and suffering and death. That's why wars happen. A lot of baby leftists fall into it. Yeah. Most of us have at one point or another. But once you read enough theory, it's harder to fall into the culture war trap. Good shit, homie. I got to figure out how to say your name. Gabby Sundisno? How does that? How should I call you Gabby? Gabus? Gab? Gabasund? Gabasundus? No? I don't know what to call. What do you like it? It's okay to be a baby leftist. Just start reading. Gabby or Gabe. Thank you, Gabby. Gabe. I hope to remember that. Please remind me if I forget. Thanks, homie. Maybe I should have said exceptionalism or national chauvinism. That's much clearer. Yes. Oh, it's Hungarian for hedgehog. That's great. I love hedgehogs. Do you like Sonic? Should make you feel right at home. I want to encourage everyone to read something that levels up your understanding of the world, your understanding of power. Okay? And there have been some books that have blown me away. One book is American Exception by Aaron Good. Another book is The Jakarta Method. This explains how power is wielded in the world. This explains how regime change happens, how coups happen. And they're almost always done by the West. Almost always done by the United States owning and ruling classes. Malcolm Harris's Palo Alto. History of California Capitalism, the world right now. It rips. Let's go. I got a friend from the channel, Matthew J. Hunter. He's writing something about that. I'm looking forward to that article when it comes out. Sanic. Welcome in, keyboard face smash in the house. The culture war stuff is very easy to fall into and get sucked in. I was caught up in it for years, and I'm not proud of it. And it's okay to... There's nothing wrong about talking about the culture war stuff, but it does... You need to have an understanding, a full understanding of the social relations of society, and that it does... Culture war stuff only explains, a portion of it. We need to be understanders of the base. That's good. You're starting to see through... Starting to see through it. Most of what I've read has to do with local level stuff because you do local organizing. It's your passion. I love it. Folks, my job as a content creator as a leftist content creator is to educate and agitate you. I hope I'm doing okay. I know I have room to grow. I know I do. And then my hope is that you get out there and you take this and you don't let this lead you to despair. You let this radicalize you. Go and organize. Make a revolution where you live. The book literally opens with a quote from Marx's letter because, quote, "For me, nowhere else has the upheaval shamelessly caused by capitalist centralization take place with such speed." Yeah, Marx's words. Wink! Occasionally it's necessary to talk about it because, yeah, we have to. We can't ignore it. Because if we don't, the fascists let them off the hook. Yeah. I'm following you. If not, we let them off the hook, but it's dangerous to be entirely focused on it. Yep. Yep. That's how they get us to look away from the base of societal relations. Left Twitch has given me the tools to be very open about my leftism and the shortcuts to destroying right-wing bullshit. That's good to hear. Let's go. Same. I'm on the same journey. I've been on it for 2 years. When I first started streaming politics, folks, we probably have some new people here. I don't know. If you're new, hit the follow button. Make sure you follow. You can subscribe too if you want to support my content. I really appreciate it. A lot of people's favorite content creators, all they do is culture war shit. They argue with Matt Walsh. I argue with think tankies. We are simply not the same. These people are liberals. You should have seen me go back and forth yesterday with Neil. What's his nuts? Mayo face Neil. What's his name? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, Richard Wolff. He's okay. He's not like the most communist guy in the world, but he's decent, you know? I don't seem to hear a lot of bad takes from Big Dick Wolf. But yeah, I think he's a little... He's like anti-Stalin, you know? And that's like a little lib to me. But again, it's just like, it's a spectrum. He's fine. There's a lot worse. I can tolerate him. He was sort of, for me, a step to where I am now. Which is over here to the left, I'm sorry. Neil got real quiet when I hopped in that conversation. Oh, man. He was like, he was doing this real cringe shit. It was so embarrassing. I don't know if I want to go over it. It was so embarrassing for him. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it again. This realization has allowed me to open my mind more, draw better boundaries on this, and shift my focus to more productive things. I'm now in school for industrial and systems engineering and civil engineering. I want to redesign systems and public spaces to modernize and break the repetitive and outdated structures. That's really interesting. I bet you know a lot about that. That sounds really interesting to me. Fucking Nazis. Lance, help raise money for Azov Nazis. That's how he replies. What a bitch, dude. Fucking loser shit. Alright. So I was going back and forth with Neil. One of the most... and also Easy Gamer. Hold on, before I do the Neil thing. I'm all over the place. Just bear with me. This guy goes, Easy Gamer GG. Like, who the fuck is that, right? 24 followers? I, Dan Simpson, built a stream off of cozy leftist coalition building and became one of the most disgusting fucking people in this space. It's like, okay, whatever, homie. I'm like, who are you? You know, I don't even know who you are. I'm an adult, so I don't let people look down on me if I don't look up to them. You know what I mean? Because I'm simply an adult. So I'm like, what does that even mean?
Will not be televised.
I did it. I did attempt to do this. I had an interview show where I probably had 100 interviews, 75 to 100 interviews, many of which are still up on my YouTube. It was called Leftist and Chill. Y'all remember this? Keeping in mind, when I started streaming, I was a lib. I was sort of libbed up. But I was open-minded and I wanted to learn. And I was very fortunate to find myself in a community of very awesome people. Y'all have taught me a lot, you know? So I was trying to figure out what leftism is, and I was trying to learn, so I was doing an interview show, and I just wanted to talk to a lot of people. One of the people that I did bring on was Sansol. I said, lazy, present an argument worth my time or enjoy the kids' table. They go, first off, debate-brained answer, you really have changed. What does that even mean, homie? Just present an argument. Otherwise, I'm not going to engage. And he goes, second, it's not an argument. It's pointing out how you went from pretending to be this fun Uncle Simpson-loving character to showing your true colors as a weird shithead that wishes death upon people. Celebrating it, etc. Enjoy the kids' table, loser. And then someone DM'd me, allegedly, that's Sansol's alt account. I blocked Sansol on Twitter, and I blocked him in this very chat. These fuckers cannot take no for an answer. Never leave your drink around someone like him. Who's Sansol? He's another right-wing streamer, debate-brain loser. Of all people to say I'm debate-brained. Get the fuck out of here. Pretty rich coming from him. Pretty fucking rich coming from him. Welcome in, Pay. Patron. It's funny. I want to talk about that. Who's retweeting Easy Gamer GG? Wick TV. Who's this debate brain loser as well? These people are fucking fucked in the head. Hey, gang, we're going to talk how much the left is responsible for violence. And is Vaush a stochastic terrorist? Sansol thinks so. We've gathered a group to find out. Check it out. No, that's the last place I'd ever find myself. Fuck no. What's up, CRTs? Welcome in. These are the people who hate me have no redeemable qualities. It's fucking hilarious. And here's proof of Sansol logging into his Easy Gamer account. This is his account. You can see. I need to fill my tea. Oh, a panel show about left-wing violence. Seems very useful. Not a way to push people to the center. Exactly. Exactly. I can't remember specifically wishing death on, like, anyone that I know by name. I've definitely wished some people got their ass beat for some shit. I think people who defend Nazis, I think people who defend child abuse, they should not be in public space. I think that's the first thing. However, if we're going to live in a society where they're allowed in public space, then I think they should have their ass beat. I'm flying a little too close to the sun right now. You guys, the fascists, hate me. Loner box. These fucking stiff as a breadstick motherfuckers. What was I looking for? I got distracted. I got distracted, didn't I? Let me just freeze this and... More like loser box, am I right? What was I looking for? Because I side with Donbass. I side with the civilians in Donbass. I side with the civilians in Ukraine. I just do it equally. I don't ignore the people in Donbass to push my imperialist war. What's up, Jeff the doctor in the house? The good doctor's here. Something, something, capitalist class, blah, 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 guillotine, yeah. How about Dronerbox? Got him. They're upset that my takes are spicy. Yeah. They're upset that I'm getting better at content and that I've learned from them. Here's what I've learned. Make good content. Make provocative content. Your haters will jump on it. I'm getting tons and tons of eyes on my content right now. Your community will defend you. Your community becomes closer, more tight-knit, bigger, because other people start to see, oh, I want to follow that guy too. I've learned this from them. I'm just using it for good, not evil, like they are. These people are sick, you guys. They live. Remember, you got to understand that there's no capitalism without without capitalists. There's no imperialism without imperialists. There's no arming Nazis without Nazi apologists. Am I wrong? Spot the lie. Milquetoast libs pretending to be left will always be contentious towards the actual left. And if you talk shit about them, then they're like, oh, all these people want to do is leftist infighting. But they're not on the left. Poroshenko went full-blown Nazi, sparked separatist in East Ukraine and Crimea. Surprise Pikachu face. Potato, welcome in. P. Diddley, is this about my tweet? I'm not sure what you're asking here. You said, is this considered Twitch politics side of Twitch? Twitch poll? I'm not sure what you're asking, to be honest. Sorry, I can't help you right now. I wanted to talk about my conversation with Neil, soy-faced Neil. No, I like to call him Mayo Face. Because that's funnier. This guy is so weird. You missed the Mark Hamill connection. He's helping raise money for Ukraine via this organization called United Help Ukraine. No, U24. Sending like drones and stuff. But wait for it. I should freeze this when I do this. I know it's like hard on my eyes. But hold on. Wait for it. I tweet way too goddamn much, I guess. Anyone's got the link, hit me with it. I can't find it. If someone's got that, Ross or someone. So look at this fucking nerd. Look at this fucking nerd. Neil Abrams. Neil Abrams. He's talking about how he's starting a newsletter. It's going to be, instead of excruciating long Twitter threads, he's going to go post on Substack or whatever. So I say good riddance. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Ross. No, not this one. I mean, there is this, the United 24 video with Slava Ukraini, Stepan Bandera. Not that link? Okay, no. Oh, it's okay if it's a long link. I don't care. It's just a link. I need the video of him talking to the guys. I need the video of him talking to the guys. I think Ross posted it, so let me just find it. When did you post it? Here, I got it. So he's talking here.
Well, nice to meet you.
The first frame of the video. The very first frame of the video, red and black Banderite flag. What the fuck is this, dude? What the fuck is that, bro? Mark Hamill. Libbed up as fuck, dude. Like, what the fuck, man? I think it's a Black Sun ripoff. It's not the Black Sun. It's something slightly similar, but different. But also fashy. Yeah, a jank-ass Black Sun. Okay. Alright, but back to this. I go, Neil Abrams, good riddance. He goes, my man, you really need to work on your insults. Unless you make yourself more interesting, I'm going to stop engaging. And he does 3/10, which I guess he's starting to rate my tweets. And I'm like, stop defending the biggest human rights abusing regime in the history of the world, Neil. And he goes, 0 out of 10. You're on thin ice. What? Who the fuck says this, dude? You're on thin ice. Oh my god, Neil. Okay, Dad. Right? Okay, Dad. Now listen here, bucko. Used to spend my Sunday morning reading the newspaper, drinking coffee, clipping coupons. Now I'm a member of the Only Dance community. Watching, drinking coffee, and smoking a joint. Let's go. Yeah, you're going to tell me to clean my room next, Neil? What a weirdo. He's going to report me to the Gestapo. And then I go, bro, this whole rating thing is cringe as fuck. Go touch grass, loser. Like, what is he doing? No one's forcing him to be this cringe. He goes, maybe 1 out of 10, and that's being charitable. You can do better than this. Well, Neil, the funny thing is, between you and me, I know you can't do any better than this. Jesus Christ, this is so lame. This is like one of the most annoying conversations I've ever had on Twitter. I was like, what the fuck, bro? He goes, no wit, no humor, no edge whatsoever. You're pretty bad at this. Recommendation, find something else to do with your life. He's projecting. I'm like, this is the most annoying conversation I've ever had. I want to show you more of that conversation that split off to the side because it was funny. Oh, no, yeah, no, it was that thread. It was, look at this nerd. Look at this nerd, I said. Oh, man. Look at this fucking nerd. And by the way, this is the same loser here that's going back and forth with Kit Clarenberg. Kit says, interesting, Neil Abrams, you uncharacteristically represent what I said. You uncharacteristically represent what I said honestly, but don't acknowledge Ukraine news report I cited, which said a force had been sent into Bucha to, quote, clear saboteurs and Russian accomplices. You guys, there was a massacre in Bucha, and the Ukrainians are blaming it on Russia. But we have actually every reason to believe that Ukraine did it. When Russia took Bucha, and eventually Ukraine retook it, there were sort of pro-Russian civilians in the area, and they did. We've got every reason to believe the Ukrainians did a massacre of them, and then blamed it on the Russians. Yeah, what did this, quote, clearing consist of, you think? Neil says, right, because governments routinely make public announcements before the fact about their intentions to go murder people. I'm sure neutralize had no other possible meaning besides kill. Teach me how to be a journalist, Kit. Teach me, won't you? Kit replies with a screen cap, which says, a hunt has been declared on collaborators and their life is not protected by law, says Anton Gerashenko, an advisor to the Interior Ministry. Quote, our intelligence services are eliminating them, shooting them like pigs. There you go, buddy, says Neil, assuming it's not BS, which, given it's the Daily Mail, can't exactly be ruled out. Now you have the beginnings of something that resembles evidence. What a fucking loser, dude. He's just the biggest loser. His shit-eating grin is almost as bad as Paul Massaro. Look at this Mayo face. He's like forcing a smile, dude. It's like, where did you learn to smile like this, homie? I said if my eyes were that close, I'd simply pick different glasses. Get wrecked, dude. This guy's stiff as a breadstick, ain't got the funk. This is the guy who drinks scotch because his boss drinks scotch, not because he likes it. This guy's such a loser. So I'm happy to drag him today, too. 92 viewers today. That's incredible. An organic 92. Everyone hit that follow button. Join the Only Dance community today. Love your face. If you're cool and you engage in chat, someone will probably gift you a sub. That's how it works. Someone picked up fly fishing because he was working for Tucker, and Tucker fly fished back then. Oh my god, the cuck energy is off the charts. They would totally let Tucker thrust into their wives. Sorry, I'm doing a bit from... Don't worry about it. It would help them thrust. Yeah. Hey, Alex, welcome in, homie. Everyone follow Alex Every Guy. I think you're going to like them a lot. Sup? Sup? What's up? I wonder how he got his PhD. Probably some from pathetic liberal-ass liberal-ass place. What's up, Boots Rider? New chatter in the house. What did Lance do with Nazis? Yeah. Alright, real quick. I'll do it again. Jeff the Doctor with a 5-bomb. I appreciate you very much. I'm not going to be doing push-ups today, though. I'm sorry. Lance helped raise money for the Azov Nazi kids camp, and then he got mad at me about it for telling him. Let me just freeze it here so I can not scroll all day. I think this is driving me mad. It's driving you guys mad. Yeah. He lied about not... And then he lied about it. Additionally, Lance defended a human trafficker. He's just not... He's a liberal, okay? He's not a leftist. That's his problem. That's his deal. So, daily reminder that Lance from the Serfs helped raise money for the Nazi kids camp via Azov, via United Help Ukraine. He keeps stepping in shit where he keeps stepping in shit where he's already stepped in shit. He simply doesn't know when to shut the fuck up, you know? So this is a screen cap of my stream when I was talking about how Dylan Burns murdered his own credibility. And the Serfs replying to it. Hey, Lance, didn't you help raise money for the Nazi kids camp? Maybe sit this one out, compatible leftist. Oops, you did. I'll play it again. I'll fucking do it again. For the Ukrainian far right. I'll fucking do it again, you guys. It's typical for the Ukrainian far right. They start him as kids, fully indoctrinated in fascist ideology. He's not the only one doing this. Yep. Yep. And this reminds me, and I'll always bring this up, that also the Serfs help raise money for the Azov kids summer camp. Lance from the Serfs retweeted someone who posted a fundraiser to the United Help UA, who helped to raise funds for the Azov kids camp. Here's the conversation. I brought receipts. Conversation we had, and he goes, Dan, it's a link to RAF's Facebook group fundraiser where the proceeds go to United Help Ukraine, not profit the Azov battalion. Okay, so hold on. If it does go to profit the Azov battalion, doesn't that mean he's lying to us? And then here's a picture of the Azov battalion thanking United Help Ukraine for their material support. So yes, it actually was going to the Azov battalion. He not only helped raise money for Azov Nazis, he lied about it. And then he got mad at me about it. And he's still mad at me. I'm the bad guy here. I'm the toxic one for bringing this up, apparently. That's how they think about me. Isn't that messed up? I'm the toxic one. Makes me a little mad. Lance is a debate pervert, and he's not even good at it. I'm a debate pervert at heart, but I sort of refuse to do it. But I have good critical thinking. And I brought receipts. He never takes the L. These people are shameless motherfuckers. They're just shameless. It's a game to them. It's a spectacle. It's not about being right. It's about sounding right to their community. It's a cult, you guys. The debate sphere is a cult. Lance not only platformed a Nazi, he raised money for Nazis, and then he lied about it. He also defended a human trafficker. That's all you need to know about Lance. If that's all you need, if that's all you know about him, that's all you need to know. Is there any other proof about this charity directly giving aid, material aid to Azov? I think I actually did find another picture of United Help Ukraine giving them material aid. I just don't have that handy. There is very good evidence. They're not giving them arms, okay? However, they were giving them material aid. What does that do? That subsidizes the arms going to them. You get that, right? He platformed Lauren Southern. Helped to revive her. Is that right? Remember when he made a big deal about getting called out by Destiny because Lance gave money to Hamas? Like, who cares? Hamas is fire, yeah. I'd like to look into that. Sourcing those charities is important. Sourcing those charities is important. I'm not sure what that means. Sourcing them? Sorry, I'm not following. I'm not very bright sometimes. When people say things in a new way, I'm not always sure how to follow. Yeah. They don't do their due diligence. Tracking the flow of money. Okay. Check that out. Yeah, we've heard 20% or like 70. We've heard like up to 70% of arms are not making it to the front lines. Even ABC said that, and then they had to retract the story. Money is fungible. But not all tokens are. And on their Facebook page, they posted something from Right Sector. Sourcing, finding out, citing the source. Thank you. Thank you. He literally did. He helped raise money for Azov Nazis. He wasn't too much of a bitch to reply, but he didn't reply to what I said. He made it about something else. He made it about something else. Nothing more left than doing a show where you celebrate the fantasy that a fellow content creator is murdered. It's not what I did. Keep up the good work. Just a couple specials away from unlocking communism. Again, does that sound like someone that wants to unlock communism? Or does that sound like a right-winger browbeating me because I never will? Alone. I'm one person. Like, what the fuck? What makes you think I'm gonna unlock... What the hell does that even mean? So, of course, he can't respond to the, you know, the real issue here. Fellow content creator, as if I should have solidarity with a whitewasher of Nazis. As if I should have solidarity with people who platform Nazis. As if I should have solidarity with people who defend child abuse. As if I should have solidarity with people who defend human traffickers. Get the fuck out of here, Lance. Sit at the kids' table where you're comfortable. This is Lance. This is also Lance, who's been talking shit about fellow content creator, A.K. Rowling, or A.K.A. Anna Kasparian. Yep. These people love punching left, and then they coddle their friends on their right. And they consider themselves leftists. They convince their audience that they're leftists. Baby shit. Enjoy the kids' table. Baby shit. He won't admit that he helped raise money for Azov Nazis. In fact, he lied about it. Going back to Neil Abrams, one of the guy that liked his tweets, T84 Enjoyer. Do you notice these crosses? We talked about them before. What do I think of the Anna debacle? I think a lot of things. I don't know. Be more specific. I don't want to just launch into it. What do you think about it? Let's start there. You start. I'm going to do this thing now. When people just come into chat and they're not really part of the community and they just come in with a question that's super vague, I'm just going to push it right back. What do you think? If you can answer, that'll actually give me a place to start, okay? Does that make sense? That's fair, right? Chat, you could respond as well. That's cool. Anyways. So the guy liking Neil Abrams' tweets, a NAFO guy. Here's a NAFO guy. That's sort of already Nazi adjacent. and then you add you add this little Balkenkreuz to that, the straight beam cross. You got a Nazi right there, you guys. That's a Nazi. This is a literal Nazi right here. We talked about the Balkenkreuz earlier. It was used by the Wehrmacht and the Nazis on the Luftwaffe. Now, they're using one that's slightly different, but I'm simply not dumb, okay? You want me to be stupid? I refuse. No, thank you. Yeah, if you're going to come out of nowhere with a question, I need you to do some of the intellectual legwork for me, okay? But I think a lot of people are just... they don't really want to. I don't agree with the perspective. I think it's hurting the trans community. I agree. That's why I call her A.K. Rowling, you know? She sucks. They're gatekeepers and they're doing gatekeeping. I don't know. It seems like the ratchet effect's pushing them to the right. They're pro-cops. They're not pro-inclusive language for trans people. They suck, you guys. They're right-wingers. They're centrists. Centrists are right-wingers in this economy. They're anti-homeless. We're going to look back on this moment and feel embarrassed. I disagree. These people have no shame. They have no shame. You think they'll apologize, change? Thinking their issue and we'll all forgive them. Oh, you're seeing that arc? Maybe. But they're also doing this thing where, like, they're sort of moving to the right, allowing these other leftist content creators to rise up and like, attack them, right? And they fashion themselves as leftists because they're just to the... they fashion themselves as leftists because they're just to the left of these centrists. But when you look at the whole thing, you realize that they're all within the Overton window. They're all within the Overton window. And I'm too far left. That's why I'm the tanky. But I have better takes than all of them combined. We have better takes than all of them combined. That's what dialectical and historical materialism does. It prevents you from falling for lib shit. That's why my content's good. They could be chasing engagement, maybe. They do this thing where they like to punch left. Who punches left? I will never punch left. Here's that United Help Ukraine. Thank you, A.M. Howell. Obituary for the far right sector. Thank you, A.M. Howell. Sorry you got timed out, homie. It's just my bot. Facebook does suck. Yo. And I think I've looked through here as well, and I think I saw a picture of them having given material aid to some Azov guys. Red and black Banderite flag right there. Easy. Who are these guys? Show us the patches. Show us the tattoos. Show us the patches. Show us the tattoos. Oh, look, I'm doing a journalism. This is something that Dylan Burns refuses to do. Hey, Ma, I'm doing a journalism. Yeah. I saw Lance talking about State and Rev saying, well, Marx thought we could have a peaceful revolution. Oh my God, sit the fuck down, Lance. Both Hassan and Chappell on the Deep program selling their we're just part of the pipeline as the richest, most influential leftist content creators. Getting maybe sideways softballs from Ugopnik was pretty busted. I didn't watch that. I didn't listen to that. The article was right. This whole sphere is just poisoned as all hell. Wow. I give credit to Hassan for, you know, giving a bunch of his money to the ALU, but yeah, that is That's just not working for me. I would not do that with my platform. I mean, you know that I don't do that with my platform. I'm hoping that content like mine is at the end of the pipeline. You know what I mean? That's where the pipeline goes. Is to channels like this. The past 80 years since World War II would prove Lance wrong. Exactly, Joey. Exactly. Miss your big long comment here. Anna isn't the worst ally. Yeah, I mean, it's a spectrum. I get it. She fucked up with a meltdown about trans, grammar, language, but she's always been pro-inclusion, even if she's fumbling the ball about inclusive language. That said, I have a soft spot for the Young Turks since they gave me the space to be an unapologetic leftist. I don't know, homie. They're pro-cops. How is that left? They're sort of libs, dude. They're not understanders of the base of social relations. All they do is culture war shit. I don't know, homie. If you think that's leftism, I'm scared for you. This is leftism. Dan, aren't you gatekeeping? Yes, I guess I am. Whatever. They're libs now? I think they always were. I think they always were. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I appreciate you. Again, I think I looked through this one day and I saw them giving material aid to Azov Nazis. I could be wrong about that. I don't want to say that's the case. However, if Azov Nazis are thanking United Help Ukraine, sending them thank you messages, and all these kids at the Nazi kids camp have all these... Here's what I believe Lance helped fund. You guys, this money doesn't just come from nowhere. These t-shirts, they don't just pop out of nowhere. They don't grow out of the ground. Who's paying for this? We know there's tons and tons of Western money going in here. The picture that Lance retweeted was with one of these kids in this shirt and fatigues.
In Ukraine, a far-right militia known as...
Jake Hanrahan. Jake Hanrahan blocked me on Twitter because I called him out for also giving money to United Help Ukraine. I'm very consistent, you guys.
The Azov battalion is holding summer camps for kids.
I've got video of Jake Hanrahan sending him $5,000. $5,000. He like posted a video of him like sending money through PayPal. Yes. We honestly need this 0 hour. We need to prepare.
Тобто ми пропагандуємо здоровий образ життя, заняття спортом. У нас майже всі спортсмени. Тобто дітей, яких в...
This is what I believe Lance helped fund.
Табори відправляють там
ALU is the Amazon Labor Union.
Просто веселять. То в нас вже...
He's the third biggest funder of the ALU. It's pretty based, you know?
Трошки інше направлення.
This is the future of Ukraine, of our nation. So we teaching children to love Ukraine.
To love Ukraine.
Слава нації! Україна! Україна!
Oh, I forgot about the white pride tattoo. Oh my God! The thing is this, I get to go to sleep at night and I don't have to worry about whether or not I helped send money to this fucking camp. But guess what? Lance from the Serfs can't. He cannot go to bed knowing that he didn't. Whoops. Some compatible leftist bullshit. Actually, I was wrong. It was a kid in this. It was like a kid in this outfit. Yeah, it was this yellow shirt, and like I think the kid had pant fatigues and a hat too. Like, how are you gonna be like, oh yeah, we should send money here, where they're like indoctrinating kids? Are you fucking kidding me? These people are sickos. How do you not know to pump the brakes on that? Top-notch takedown. Thank you, Leonard Smash. Everyone follow Leonard Smash. Sup, homie? GG, Alan Dulles. Hey. You guys, in Ukrainian, white pride means diversity is our greatest strength. Get out of here. I'm just doing a little digging here. We'll see what we find. Azov Sea. It's not the same as the name of the sea. Oh, God. There we go. Smoking gun. A Friday. I'm on the United Help Ukraine website. October 2021. I'm sorry, October 2022. A busy Friday in the warehouse. It's Friday, which means a lot of meetings for our volunteers in Lviv. They were visited today by Right Sector and Azov. Done. That's it. Smoking gun. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. Got him. They admit. Got him. You see how easy that was? How fucking easy that was? This guy's got a Banderite flag. Whoops. Oops. What happened here? You got your other arm blown off or something? That's a shame. United Help Ukraine donated to the Azov Regiment the military arms of Ukraine's most prominent far-right movement. The militia was founded in 2014 by the Patriot, red flag, of Ukraine gang and the neo-Nazi Social National Assembly. Social National. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. This is my script I was working on. Hold on. Shit. Social National. Hold on. I don't know about this. Hold on, let's try to figure this out. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, shit! No way, dude! Are you kidding me? Both groups engaged in xenophobia and professed neo-Nazi beliefs and physically assaulted migrants, Romas, and people opposing their views. They would absolutely murder me if I went to Ukraine. They announced several times in 2015 their fundraising would go towards Azov Volunteer Army. Oops. Oops, Lance, you helped give them money. Oops. And I'm the toxic one for bringing it up. I'm toxic for bringing this up, but he's not toxic for doing it. What the fuck? It was very clear at the time that support for the Azov meant support for an extreme right-wing militia, which essentially also meant indirectly adding fuel to the fire of Russian propaganda. Oh, that's bad, right? Except when they're telling the fucking truth. And then Dylan would be like, well, it's okay to arm these guys because they can't overthrow the government. Why do you need to overthrow the government if you already get their support? Idiot. Got him. Got him. Always unmasking some Nazis and their apologists. Always. I don't seem to see anyone else doing it. It's like Moss Robeson does it on Substack, and I do it here. Did he know they were Nazis or just failed to do his homework? Failed to do his homework. He did not apologize afterwards. He attacked me for it. He didn't call me toxic, but he liked the tweet that implied I was toxic, not the debate perverts. Is that fair? Yep. He lied about arming Nazis. Excuse me. Lance lied about funding literal Nazis. He can't admit it, you know what I mean? It would really be bad for him. Oh, here's the Bandera lobby. Here's Moss Robeson, like I was just saying. You know? These Banderite flags. Look at these guys. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is more on United Help Ukraine. Always true.
It's ridiculous having to copy all this by hand. We should have it printed.
We could get help from one of the groups in the liberal movement.
No. Don't trust the liberals. They will betray you.
Then I'll ask Lydia to take it to the Narodnaya press again.
Yes. Let's hope they can print it before the police close them down.
Don't trust the liberals. All right. In March 2016, less than a month after Dmytro Yarush, there's information about him higher in this article that I'm not going to read, launched his new political party, Roman Volitsky, traveled from Syracuse, presented him with a T-shirt from United Help Ukraine.
Rent. It's too damn high.
Right there. The acknowledgement sections of the website boast certificates from commanders of numerous far-right volunteer battalions thanking them for their support. You don't thank people for your support if they don't give anything to you. In return, Dmytro handed Volitsky the pin he received as a member of Ukraine's parliament so he could auction it. The pin became part of a right sector set that sold online for $850. Oh, God. Yep. There you go. There it is. And apparently to the Secretary of the Association of Ukrainians in Slovenia. Here's one of the... Wow. You got a whole assortment here. You got a whole assortment here. Thank yous from what appears to be Azov with all sorts of Nazi symbols on there. I don't know. This looks right sector-ish. I can't tell what that is. I can't read Ukrainian. Allegedly, these are all far-right militias. I can't speak to that. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, from left to right, the above certificates are signed by Azov's neo-Nazi leader, Andriy Beletsky. Yep, he's the one who declared that Ukraine's mission is to, quote, I don't like to say this out loud. I really don't like to say this out loud. Can you all see this? I don't want to say it out loud. It makes me feel gross. There's some things I just don't like saying. He's got a Yorkshire accent, but hides it. Oh, yeah? Andriy Gergert, standing on the far right in the above picture. Gergert. Commander of the Arata Battalion, which is part of Dmytro Yarush's Ukrainian Volunteer Army. Alexei Kolupov, head of the OUN Battalion, created the OUNM, or the Melenkite faction of the OUN. Oleg Kutsin of the Carpathian Sikh Battalion, closely tied to the neo-fascist Svoboda Party, the Three Finger Guys. And Semenchenko. No way. Oh, that's rich. The controversial former commander of the Donbass Battalion. Oh my God, that's too funny for me. That's insane. Wait. I think these guys are Nazis. Totenkopf, red and black Banderite patch, blood and soil. You guys, if it steps like a goose, you know. United Help Ukraine's activity broken down into 4 categories: medical supplies, humanitarian aid, raising awareness, and wounded warriors. Between 2014 and 2018, they raised over $400K, and it's likely raked in well over $500,000 in its existence. As of 2018, the year most of the tax, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. You get the idea, right? Everyone hit that follow button. We have a lot of viewers today. That's really cool. I love it. I really hope you're having a nice day. Hope you're doing good. And not evil. Don't do evil today, please. Semenchenko.
I'm a billionaire. I'm
Hey,
a millionaire.
socialism or barbarism. Gifting a 5 bomb. Thank you, homie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate your support. Thank you. That's very generous. Thank you. I heard from cannibals that people with tattoos don't taste very good. Jesus, what? I honestly think Paul Massaro was watching my stream today. Literally not more than 1 minute after I was showing this on my stream. Not more than 1 single minute. He posted this. I think he's watching my stream. I don't know if he watches it all the time. Isn't that wild? It was within minutes of me looking at this on stream. Little Totenkopf sprinkled in, Iron Cross. Little Panzer S. He's a lurker. Thanks for the lurk, bro. I honestly think the State Department weirdo's watching my stream. Or was, at least. I really think he was. That was weird. I was like, what, dude? Wow. Which is funny because he ignores all my tweets. So now I know he sees them. What a world. What a weird, weird world. I got the attention of literal State Department guys, whereas your typical leftish streamer talks shit about Matt Walsh, and Matt Walsh doesn't even see them, doesn't even reply. I give shit to think tankies who cannot help but watch my content. How fucking awesome is that? How fucking awesome is that, huh? Well, what are we doing today? What else are we going to do? I feel like you get the idea, yeah?
I'm a billionaire. I'm a
Boof with the
multi-millionaire.
10 bomb. Love your face, homie. I really appreciate you. What's up, dude? I'm sorry. You know. I know. I'm better than that. I'm sorry. What's up, homie? Love your face. Less than to you. And I appreciate the 10 bomb. Sorry, I'm in a autopilot, I guess. No worries. Thank you. I hope you're good today. Welcome in. Everyone welcome in Boof, the leftist patron saint of my stream. Thank you so much. Was just speaking this morning about how Lance from the Serfs lied about helping raise money for literal Nazis in Ukraine. And then he lied about it, like I said. He's a big liar.
You've got mail.
Hey, thanks for the 1312 biddies. Oh, God. I lurk because I got nothing to add. Just sitting here getting blazed and learning. That's cool. I really appreciate that. You can feel free to lurk. You can also feel free to just respond when something, you know, is if you find interesting or if you're learning something. I feed off your feedback. Why are Americans afraid of communism? It's because of literally 70 years of a psyop. We've had a nearly 80 or so year long psyop. And I do think that what we're seeing now with people like Lance, they actually are falling for the psyop. The psyop is that I'm referring to refers to the Cultural Cold War, the Cultural Cold War against the Soviet Union. Okay, there was an organization called the Congress for Cultural Freedom, which received massive amounts of money from the Marshall Fund via the CIA. They funded dozens and dozens and dozens, hundreds of people, writers, musicians, what have you. I suggest read Who Paid the Piper. It's about the Cultural Cold War, the CIA and the Cultural Cold War by Francis Stoner Saunders. But the thing is this, liberals don't read. So I guess I've got to do it. Here's the thing. At its peak, the Congress for Cultural Freedom had offices in 35 countries, employed dozens of personnel, published over 20 prestige magazines, held art exhibitions, owned a news and features service, organized high-profile international conferences, and rewarded musicians and artists with prizes and public performances. Its mission was to nudge the intelligentsia of Western Europe and the United States away from its lingering fascination with Marxism, that's what we do here, because it's good, and communism towards a view more accommodating of the American way. Drawing on an extensive, highly influential network of intelligence personnel, political strategists, the corporate establishment, and the old-school ties of the Ivy League universities, the incipient CIA started from 1947 to build a consortium whose double task it was to inoculate the world against the contagion of communism and to ease the passage of American foreign policy interests abroad. The result was a remarkably tight network of people who worked alongside the agency to promote an idea that the world needed a Pax Americana, a new age of enlightenment, and it would be called the American Century. Huh. Is that why the American Century's over and they've got a new project called the Project for a New American Century, PNAC? Yes. The consortium with which the CIA built up, consisting of what Henry Kissinger described as an aristocracy dedicated to the service of this nation on behalf of principles beyond partisanship. This was the hidden weapon in America's Cold War struggle, a weapon which, in the cultural field, had extensive fallout, whether they liked it or not, whether they knew it or not. There were few writers, poets, artists, historians, scientists, or critics in post-war Europe whose names were not in some way linked to this covert enterprise. And if you think they've stopped, you're simply a child. Defining the Cold War as a battle for men's minds, it stockpiled a vast arsenal of cultural weapons, journals, books, conferences, seminars, art exhibitions, concerts, and awards. Does that help? Official documents relating to the Cultural Cold War systematically undermine this myth of altruism. The individuals and institutions subsidized by the CIA were expected to perform as part of a broad campaign of persuasion, of a propaganda war in which propaganda was defined as any organized effort or movement to disseminate information or a particular doctrine by means of news, special arguments, or appeals designed to influence the thoughts and actions of any given group. A vital constituent of this effort was a psychological warfare, which was defined as the planned use by a nation of propaganda and activities other than combat, which communicate ideas and information intended to influence the opinions, attitudes, emotions, and behavior of foreign groups in ways that will support the achievement of national aims. Further, the most effective kind of propaganda was defined as the kind where, quote, the subject moves in the direction you desire for reasons which he believes to be his own. By camouflaging its investment, the CIA acted on the supposition that its blandishments would be refused if offered openly. What kind of freedom can be advanced by such deception? Freedom of any kind certainly wasn't on the agenda in the Soviet Union, this writer says, where those writers and intellectuals who were not sent to the gulags were lassoed into serving the interests of the state. They're a little anti-Soviet Union. To what degree was it admissible for another state to covertly intervene in the fundamental processes of organic intellectual growth, of free debate, and the uninhibited flow of ideas? Did this not risk producing, instead of freedom, a kind of you are freedom, your freedom? I've never heard this term before, where people think that they're acting freely when in fact they are bound to forces over which they have no control. So what makes America not communist? Oh my God. I'm sorry for reacting like this, but this is really basic shit, homie. It's run by capitalists. I don't get it. Is it because of capitalism? Yeah, it's capitalist and okay. So we've gone from feudalism, right, to capitalism. They say capitalism is like feudalism but with more steps. But the whole thing is, within both, the bourgeoisie, the owning class, owns the means of production, and they make the rest of the people work for their life, right? Okay. In communism, you still got to work. We still have to have a productive society. You know, you got to have stuff. So people are still going to work, but... Okay. I think this will help. From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. It's a slogan popularized by Marx. The principle refers to free access to and distribution of goods, capital, and services. In the Marxist view, such an arrangement will be made possible by the abundance of goods and services that a developed communist system will be capable to produce. The idea that with the full development of socialism and unfettered productive forces, there will be enough to satisfy everyone's needs. But if you go to work and you work for a boss and you make a dime and your boss makes $1, that's communism. That's capitalism. That's capitalism. If you work in a more socialist or communist society, it's like your boss isn't skimming so much off of your paycheck, and or some of your paycheck is paying for social services that we all need, you know? In the United States, they give us social services just enough to keep us from rising up. And we know they do it. We know that that's the case because they have the power. They control the government. They control the state. We don't have a democracy. Don't make me tap the 2014 study that says that this is not a democracy. It's a democracy only if you're an oligarch. And I think there are very few oligarchs watching my channel right now. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time. Another book that explains the cultural Cold War is Finks. But I will say, I think both of these authors are a bit libbed up. They're like both anti-Soviet.